One of the questions I've been asked about the 39 lifestyle changes I did, diet and exercise changes I did, is whether I thought that actually had an effect on reducing the tumours, or whether it was just a placebo effect. And I think this is an interesting subject. Obviously, I underwent 4 different medical treatments that all had an effect on the reduction of the tumour, some of them more than the others. And then, so the question I suppose is, don't you just have to do that chemo every 3 weeks and sit back and wait for that to work? Well, in my case, of course, the chemo may have worked the first 6 weeks, but over the 5 months, I got 4 tumours back, which were the critical ones that were the large ones that were threatening my spine in the right lung, and an additional tumour in the adrenal gland. So, so not all medication works out. It might work at first and then not work. And so that's number one. You can't rely on any single medication. Your oncologist may, like in my case, put me through a number of medications. But number two, it's interesting that when we talk about sports people, and let's just say a footballer who is going to play in a grand final, I think we understand that they have to eat right, they have to train right, they have to exercise right. But we also understand that that player has to have a kind of do or die attitude and be on top of their mood, their psychology, and be winning the game at the mind level as well as the body level. So I find it dangerous to think that if you're fighting something as difficult as cancer, and in my case a cancer that fundamentally has a 96% mortality rate over a 5-year period, that you would somehow be able to just wait for medicine to kickstart your immune system fundamentally. Or in the case of chemo, they shrink the tumours only, and they also suppress your immune system. So I did 39 things. I don't know what effect they had. I don't know what percentage they had, but I'm sure glad I just didn't sit at home and watch TV and worry. And so if you've got a diet program, you've got an exercise program, and also a focus on doing other things that bring joy into your life around art or around gardening or whatever you're into, it is, when you're facing death, important to kind of reconnect and to stay active. So I can't quantify these changes, but if I had my time again, I wouldn't avoid them, and I'm glad I did every single one.